Hello, everyone. It's Wednesday, April the 17th. Hope everybody's doing good. I've got some good news. The French Creek Wildlife Center is officially reopened. We ran into a real snag, and all this with, I think, the USDA and a fence and all this kind of stuff. And we've gone through the different hoops, but I'm thrilled to announce that the West Virginia State Wildlife Center at French Creek has officially reopened to the public, and that's really good stuff and everything. We've been in operation there a long time. A lot of folks do really, really good work, and a lot of people enjoy this incredible place, and we want them to continue to do that. So come and visit and enjoy. Okay, we've got a young lady that is an absolute United States hero, and she's with us today. She's our own from West Virginia, and her name is Jessica Lynch. You may remember that in 2003 that she was held captive and by the Iraqis, and really and truly it was a display of true grit beyond belief, and in West Virginia we're so proud and everything. But our Department of Veteran Affairs is launching a women's veterans program because there's a huge need for women ambassadors for West Virginia, and she's going to jump in and help head this up, and we congratulate her. And we're excited to have her on board, and she's going to tell you more about this right now. And but like I said, for crying out loud, this is a lady with grit beyond belief. I mean, that's just all there is to it. It's amazing about her story. I would welcome you if you're really young and you have missed this story. You need to look up Jessica Lynch, and you'll see a superstar beyond belief, and she's our own from this great state of West Virginia. So Jessica, please come on and talk to us.
Hi, thank you guys so much. It is such a pleasure and an honor. So again, thank you for having me, Governor. This will be very exciting for me because I'm going to come on and I'm going to be able to help women veterans across the state. And my hope is just to be able to really work with them and get them anything that they are lacking or that they are needing at this moment. So it's going to be a very exciting job that I'm willing to take on, and I hope that we are able to reach more women veterans across the state.
Well, Jessica, I can never thank you enough, and you stepped up for this nation beyond belief, but now you're stepping up for West Virginia again, and you're stepping up for our women's veterans and everything, and that need help, need ambassadors and need help and everything. So let's try to do any and everything we can to salute and help our women's veterans, but don't ever remember this contribution that this lady Jessica Lynch made for this nation and for all of us, and she's a hero in every way. So Jessica, thank you so much.
Thank you, Governor.
Okay, if I could jump to another subject, I'm thrilled to announce the approval of $19 million in grants for 56 outdoor projects. This is all about rails and trails and everything. And so with these trail grants that are going out, just think about what tourism has done in West Virginia. I mean, it's amazing. I was really always a believer that really, if you just look and step back from our state, you could see a state with 4 unbelievable seasons, and a state that has unmatched beauty, and a state that's the waters of this state are unbelievable, and a state that's located within a rock's throw of 2/3 of the population of the country. Now, put it all together. I mean, for crying out loud, connect the dots. And that's what we've done. That's exactly what we've done in tourism. We are exceeding $7 billion of spend in West Virginia in tourism. We absolutely have skyrocketed. A 30% increase like right now in addition to that, what that equates to is an additional $1 billion of spend in West Virginia in a year. It is unbelievable what's going on with tourism in this state, and the sky is so. There's still so much room that we can do, and so many more things that can happen. And absolutely, if we don't believe in West Virginia that the diversification and the real contribution of putting real dollars into tourism, it has been a winner beyond belief. I salute Secretary Ruby and everything for the fabulous job that Chelsea's done. But not only that, all the people, everybody's pulled the rope with me and everything, and moving this state forward from a standpoint of tourism. It's been a real winner. And I thank the legislature. I thank everybody, because when we decided to really get on board and we decided to promote ourselves, a lot of people, the naysayers, said, oh gosh, well, we don't have the money to do all that and everything. And all of a sudden, instantaneously, that quick, we started bringing in, for every dollar spent, it was either 10 more dollars would come in or 14 more dollars would come in instantaneously. It is absolutely a winner beyond belief. And so with this right here, what we're going to do with these trail grants is this. We're going to be tacking on another 700 miles of brand new or improved trails all throughout West Virginia. More and more visitors, more and more money spent in this great state. And a lot of these folks that are not only coming to visit, then all of a sudden they're seeing this incredible peoples in this incredible state, these unbelievable seasons, and lo and behold, they're moving here. So a lot of good stuff happening and everything. Let's just keep it going on that. Now, here's something I want you to pay really close attention, especially if you're a freshman or a sophomore in high school. And this all goes back to the first ever Governor's School for Tourism. It's starting this summer. Now, if you're interested in doing some really neat stuff where you could end up with an education, and someday you may very well end up in the tourism business and everything, and absolutely enjoying all the great opportunities as far as jobs within tourism across this state, you need to think really hard about, because there's a deadline coming up on Friday, April the 26th, and everything as far as enrollment in this program for the summer and everything, or for a piece of the summer. So with all that, just go online and look. Just go online and just see if really and truly this is something you'd be interested in, because for crying out loud, it gives you unforgettable hands-on experience and learning, on these tours that we'll be doing across West Virginia. It's a real opportunity. It's a real opportunity, especially if you're a freshman or sophomore in high school. So go online and look, and you can go right under tourism and everything, Department of Tourism, and you can find it easy and everything. And with all that being said, the deadline's Friday, April the 26th, so you got to move. Okay, this is more about matching funds, and this is the IIJA projects announcements. Today I'm announcing the commitment of $1.1 million in non-federal match funds to enhance water and wastewater infrastructure in 5 counties in West Virginia. These are Glen Morgan Waste Treatment Plant is going to get $500,000 to help increase their capacity to 1.6 million gallons per day. The town of Alderson will receive $93,000 for their water system rehabilitation and expansion project. The Bunker Hill Water Main Line upgrades project will be supported by $500,000 to match, in a match to increase water treatment and distribution capacity. And I'm not going to read them all, but nevertheless, more and more projects across West Virginia to get better water. And I'm not talking about our sewer projects and everything, but really and truly, we've done lots and lots of stuff. Ann Erling has been a superstar beyond belief, and we're just going to keep doing it. But nevertheless, I want to tell you about Kathy. Kathy is doing well, recovering from hip replacement surgery. Dr. Dietz at WVU and the whole WVU team, what a job they did and everything. Kathy's doing great. That's all there is to it. But I want to talk to you just a second about these therapy dogs. You know, Kathy's team, through the Friends with Paws initiative, is now placing another 2 dogs in our local schools. There's a dog, Eli, is the 24th therapy dog that's been placed, and it's going to Nutter Fork Primary School, and Oprah is the 25th therapy dog, and it's going to the Fairmont Middle School. So we're continuing to do that. These dogs are unbelievable. Now, they are just flat unbelievable, and what they're doing to help our kids is the real deal. You know, you just need to get involved and see it. You just can't imagine it. It really would touch your heart. I go back to a kid that severely handicapped kid, didn't really want to come to school, didn't like it, everything else under the sun. There he was right there in Pineville, and he was reading to the therapy dog, and just a young kid, and he said somebody said something to him, and about is this a good day? And he looked up and said, "Whew, I'm going to have a hard time with this. I always am." But he said, "Best day ever." Listen, these dogs are amazing. They're totally amazing, and so the more we can get out, the better. I'm going to talk to you just a second about the electronic bank transfer cards. The federal government's given us an opportunity through the USDA to give a card to our kids that are really in need. It's not near enough, but it's something for $120, and that they can buy food, and they can have that card through the summer, and it'll help some. It's going to be operational on June the 1st through August the 20th, and like I said, it'll help some. We've got to continue to do more and more and more. Gosh almighty, I don't know how in the world that it seems anywhere close to okay, for our kids to be hungry. I mean, it's just, it's not okay. We're thankful for this, but we need to do more. And I've got an announcement here that is really good. We got some real winners, but a few weeks ago I continued to ask you to vote for the USA Today 10 Best, and I'm thrilled to announce that Berkeley Springs, Fairmont, and Lewisburg have all secured impressive spots in the 3 distinct categories. Lewisburg ranked number one in the nation with the best small town food service or food scene. And that's really not too good for me, maybe, but really and truly, Lewisburg number 1 in the entire nation. Berkeley Springs ranked number 7 for best historic small town, and Fairmont ranked number 10 for best small town in the South. So congratulations to Fairmont, Berkeley Springs, and Lewisburg. Awful good stuff. So great job. Okay, that's all I've got for right now. I'm good. We'll take your questions and move on. Thank you now. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you so much.
All right, now we'll go to questions from members of the media. First up today is Charles Young with WV News.
Hi, this is Charles Young with WV News. Governor, I wanted to see if you have given any more thought to the possibility of endorsing a gubernatorial candidate. We're less than a month away until the primary, and I know, I'd asked you that previously, and you said it was a possibility as we got closer. So I want to know if you've given any more thought. Thank you, sir.
Charles, I've given a lot of thought, and I just say that there's an avalanche of folks that bombard me all the time with Governor, and you got a lot of happy people in West Virginia today. We all know that. And from the standpoint of, my approval stuff and everything, as far as ratings and everything, it's pretty daggum good. And I don't mean that egotistically, it just is what it is. I think the people of West Virginia they know hands down that I've got their back. I love them with all my soul. I don't want anything from me, and I think absolutely what we need to do is we need to keep that going in West Virginia. And so I've thought a lot about it. We'll see. We still got some time, and we'll see. But I congratulate all the candidates and everything, and wish them all the very, very best. But a lot of people asking me, saying, Governor, we want this thing to keep on going. Who do you think is the best? Who would you pick? And so I just haven't done that, but we'll see going forward.
Okay, thank you, Charles. Next, we'll go to Brett Dunlap from Parkersburg News and Sentinel.
I honestly don't have anything. I was having trouble getting signed in, and but thank you anyway. If I think of anything, I'll send an email, but thank you.
Thanks, Brett. Next, we'll go to Curtis Johnson with WSAZ.
Good morning, Governor. I guess good morning, late morning. We'll back up here. Sorry, I'm too close to the camera. Hey, just wanted to know, in recognition that even with a budget cut, your agency says IDD money will be left over. I was wondering, to make sure families don't get stuck in the middle without a provider, will you direct the Department of Human Services to increase reimbursement rates now? And how does your answer on that impact timing for a special session to address IDD funding?
I'm having I think I've got the question, but let me make a stab at it. We're working with the legislature every day. I mean, we're doing that, and to get the money back, and take, into the budget or into the level of what should have been done in the first place, so we can take care of our people. I mean, for crying out loud, we got it just stripped out, didn't we? And to be perfectly honest, we can't do what we're doing without the cooperation of the House and the Senate. And what we did at the 11th hour, we stripped real live money out of it, and we told you, people are going to really get hurt by this. And we had the money in it. We didn't have to do it. I mean, there was no need to do it. I mean, that's the thing that just drives me crazy, is why in the world did we have to get on a soapbox? And I keep making reference to just this. Too many people listen to a finance chair that thinks he's got all the answers in the whole wide world. When it really boils right down to it, Curtis, we've managed the store for 7.5 years now, and it's hard to argue that we've not managed the store properly. We know what we've got money to do, and we don't have money to do. But just taking the money out and everything that really our most needy folks need was, it's awful. It's plain awful. And so I think we'll get it all taken care of in the special session, and we'll all work together to get that taken care of. But we've got to get this election behind us and get at having a special session and putting the money back in to where the folks are not worried and everything else. It's not good. It's just, I don't like it. It's pitiful, to tell you the truth. Our most needy that are sitting around worrying about this, that's not any good.
Thanks, Curtis. Next, we'll go to Randy Yohe with West Virginia Public Broadcasting.
Hey, good morning. Governor, in the interim meetings over this past week and the technology and infrastructure meeting, Delegate Jim Butler out of Mason and Putnam counties said that he suggested appointing something akin to a blue ribbon commission to study the status of the state's secondary roads. He said the roads to prosperity bonding was not enough, obviously, for secondary roads in his county and other counties. So your thoughts on that? And I have a second question from one of my colleagues.
Randy, all I would say is, we can always take more. I mean, there's no question. If we want to come up with more and more and more money, we can always take more. But my staff met yesterday with people in Mason County, on the condition of roads there, what we're trying to do and what we have done is, I don't know how you argue the achievements of Jimmy Riston, the Department of Transportation, the Department of Highways. Just look at it. Look at what's been done. I mean, you hate to say it, but when I walked in the door, what we've done in the past is we needed money so badly that we sold the equipment. We sold our own equipment in order to generate some dollars just to maybe get by for the day. Maintenance equipment, we sold it. Today we have an abundance of, top level, brand new maintenance equipment, and we're doing stuff all over the place. You saw, I think, where we had fixed, 50,000 plus potholes. You can't do it all on day one when we have absolutely shipwrecked the entire state before I walked in the door. We did. I mean, like it or not like it, we did. The Roads to Prosperity program is so absolutely successful, it's off the chart. So with all that being said, we're going to keep on doing everything we can, and we're going to keep on making every improvement that we can make, but we're not going to do that by just creating a situation where we create a tax burden on our people to just do more and more and more and more instantaneously and everything. I haven't seen all the details, but I think the last thing in the world I'm going to get into is everybody wants to get on a soapbox, don't they? Everybody wants to get on a soapbox and start saying, well, by dog, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, and everything. Sounds great, doesn't it? But we've done it. We've done it correctly, and we've done it properly and everything. I don't know how you can argue that.
And I've got my second question. Many people along Indian Creek in Wyoming County are sounding the alarms about water contamination possibly coming from a mine that your company purchased and now owns. As the governor and the owner of said company, is there anything you do or planning on doing for these folks so they can have clean drinking water?
I'm all for them having good, clean drinking water, but you can't blame me on this one. The companies that we have and everything are so distantly involved in this, it's unbelievable, and so, the DEP is working on the issue and everything, but this is somebody else's problem. This is not created by something that we've done.
Thank you, Randy. We'll now go to Amelia Nicely from the West Virginia Watch.
Everyone. Yesterday, state lawmakers told me that your administration was involved in canceling a legislative interim meeting where they were supposed to hear from Secretary Michael Caruso and an executive from Hopemont Hospital, which is where an elderly man died after being left in scalding water. So I have two questions. I'm wondering if you can discuss why this meeting was canceled, and was it in any effort to hide these details from the public? And what do you think needs to be done to prevent future incidents like this in our state-run hospitals?
Well, and this was Amelia. Well, Amelia, first of all, I want you to know that I could take big time offense about your question, because I'm not going to cover anything up. There's no possible way, no way. The other thing is, I don't control and cancel legislative meetings. The other thing is just this, from the standpoint of what's gone on and we lost a life and everything, it's surely under investigation. From the standpoint of, the legalities. I can't talk about that and everything, but no one on the planet is going to take things like this more seriously than me. And there is no chance on the planet that we're ever under any circumstance going to cancel something, cover something up, whatever it may be. Ridiculous, totally ridiculous. Your question is just unfounded and it's wrong. That's all there is to it.
Thanks, Amelia. Next, we'll go to Brad McElhenney from West Virginia Metro News.
Hi, Governor. Curtis earlier asked you if reimbursement rates for human services providers, the organizations that carry out the functions for IDD waivers, can be raised immediately. And I'm not sure if you heard that part of his question. I bet Curtis would like a response. I've got a question with some overlap. My question relates. There was legislative testimony earlier this week that some money that had been allocated in the past to waivers for intellectual and developmental disabilities wound up being diverted to pay for other expenses like COVID relief supplies. Is it still your opinion that the budget for the coming fiscal year underfunds human services? Thank you.
Brad, I really don't know how to answer this. Let me just say just this. We took, and I don't know the exact amount, but $100 million. We cut the budget, the legislature cut the budget, my budget $100 million in regard, and with all that, we got 600,000 folks in West Virginia that are on, that are our most needy. Now, whether it be, our ID, is it ID? I want to make sure I get this right. IDD waivers, or it be Medicaid or whatever it may be. We got folks in all types of areas. We worked so hard to clear that wait list on the IDD waivers and everything. We worked so hard to get that done, and we got it done. And now we've got a lot of those folks in limbo. I don't know if there's a way to fund it today. I don't know that how we can do that. But I can tell you that, I'm tickled to death to talk to our secretaries and see if there is a way. But with all that being said, we're already talking to them. Why did we do this? Why in the world did we do this? Why did we strip $100 million out of something that we didn't have to do? And absolutely, we knew it was going to really hurt people. But I'm telling you right now, you're blaming the wrong guy here. Really, if anybody is suggesting in any way that Jim Justice did something, you're blaming the wrong guy. We need Brad to step up and try to help our folks in West Virginia in every way we possibly can, without bloating our budget and doing things like that. But when we have the magnitude of the dollars that we have today, and we've got people out there that are really, really hurting from the standpoint of a lot of different things, even the shamefulness of being hungry. Why in the world, how can you possibly turn your back on that? And that's what's happened here. That's exactly what's happened. And then we've got this election and everybody running around trying to do their thing in regard to an election. And then lo and behold, we have to put it off until after the election and then come back. Sure, I can surely understand the IDD folks, or I can surely understand, the concern of many, all across this state. But boy, I'll tell you, this one, we should never be having this conversation. I'll check, Brad, and see if there's any way that it can be funded, but we've got a lot of different areas that need funded and everything. That's the other problem. You can fund one thing, but you got 14 other things that you can't fund until we come back into a special session and then get off the bubble, but we've got to get this back done.
That's everyone, Governor. I'll turn it back to you.
No, I guess the most significant thing is don't anybody forget Jessica Lynch. I mean, my gosh, you know, an American hero beyond belief, and she's stepping up again, doing great work for us, and you know, happy day at French Creek. So we'll move on from there. Thank y'all.